When you cook, putting it on the table to feed your children, it's your responsibility. And you're doing it to please Allah. If they like it, alhamdulillah. If they tell you, thank you, mom, alhamdulillah. If they complain from A to Z, alhamdulillah. And you tell them, teach them to do things for Allah. I am doing it to please Allah. And I'm sure He will reward you. If you get upset, you're not doing it for Allah. The question, how can I persistently, constantly, my niyyah, my focus is on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Practice it, practice it. You wake up in the morning, taking the kids to school. Usual, immediately say it to yourself. Ya Allah, I'm taking them to school. You don't have to say it to yourself. I'm taking them to school, or remind yourself, because taking care of my children, educate them, is something you will reward me in the right, if they are learning the right thing. While you're cooking, keep asking yourself, why you're cooking? I have to feed my family because they are my responsibility. Why did you come here today? If you come to see me, this is not for Allah. This is not going to be written in your right book. You came here to learn. You came here to be in the masjid and you pray in jama'ah. You came in here to meet other sisters. You came here to strengthen your faith. See how many niyyah? These are all for you. But if you said, I'm going to see her, then you put me before Allah. And everything we learned in the last hour is gone. Don't forget this, because I will be tested with every word I just shared with you, as you are already tested with everything you learned. Okay, can I look at the question, because I may end up not using them all. Very simple, beautiful question, applies to many of you, not necessarily this case, but in general. How can I focus on Allah? And the question is, I have a special need child who has a disability, lifelong disability. I'm going to add to it. How I'm going to focus on Allah, and I have 4 children, and I have 2 jobs, and I'm a single mother, and I take care of my parents. Could be. How can I focus on Allah? And I am a 19-year-old, and I'm in college. I'm the only Muslim. I'm the only one who wears hijab, and I work 2 jobs. And I am what I'm studying is very difficult. These are all realities, right? How I'm going to be focusing on Allah, and I am doing memorization, and I'm studying. Or whatever you are doing, nothing is impossible. Everyone has time to do something for what they like. Don't tell me if all these scenarios I said, and you don't have a time, if you really like, let's say, social media, every single day, you're gonna make a time for that social media, right? If you like baking, I see this especially with the youth, right? They like baking, it's not haram, it's beautiful, right? You tell them, do this, do that, I don't have time. But in the middle of whatever they are doing, you see them in the kitchen baking, because they like it. Again, for this special case, what you do, everything you're doing to take care of that child, your home, your children, your spouse, your parents, your niyyah is what? Is to serve them, to make them happy, take care of them, because they are your responsibility and you want the reward from Allah. Don't you look for reward from people. I've said this so many times in the previous session. لا نريد منكم جزاء ولا شكورا إنما نطعمكم لوجه الله. Allah said this in the Quran. You really need to know your Quran. We feed you for the sake of Allah. We don't want any reward or even a word of thank you. When you cook, putting it on the table to feed your children, it's your responsibility. And you're doing it to please Allah. If they like it, alhamdulillah. If they tell you, thank you, mom, alhamdulillah. If they complain from A to Z, alhamdulillah. And you tell them, teach them to do things for Allah. I am doing it to please Allah. And I'm sure He will reward you. If you get upset, you're not doing it for Allah. Same thing with this special need child. The mother who's taking care of a special need child, she's not going to have a time to do 2 hours tahajjud every night. She's not, because she's going to be exhausted, right? But every step she's doing to take care of that special need child, she needs to look at her niyyah. She's doing it for Allah, because that's her test. That's her responsibility. Or the same as somebody else has all the time in the world, and then they do 2 or 3 hours tahajjud. There is so many ways to worship Allah. Don't narrow it. Quran and fasting and extra salah and this and that. There's many people can't do it. There's people blind. There's people who cannot pray the way stand up for 2 or 3 hours. Physically they can. They still can do the same.